Okay, turn this around. Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to a very exciting episode of Hook and Bass 92. And today I want to show you guys what I've been using to catch these catfish in the pond. My last 3 episodes were at the pond. I think it was 3 or 4. And I just want to show you guys what I use so you can go out there and use your bait and tackle, rod and reels to go out there and catch your own catfish. So the first thing I would recommend for the tackle aspect is I would use braided line because it's strong and it holds up. And to me, you can cast braided line way further than mono or fluorocarbon on these big catfish reels I have. What I have here is Cast King Super Power Braids 50 pounds. And what this will hold up if there's any big blue catfish, because those get over 100 pounds, or any big shovel head, those range from 30 to 80 pounds. You want to use braided line because if you want to use mono, your line, and I'm not saying your line's going to snap, but you can put a lot more braid on, which allow you to your reel to spool out more so you can get the fish tired, because the main goal is to get the fish tired. It's not how much the fish weighs, it's to pull the fish that will break your line. So I would recommend anything over 30 pound and braid. Second of all, I would go with a swivel. I do not have any on me right now, but what a swivel is you attach your main line to the leader, so you have 2 different things. So for instance, if I have 50 pound braid, I'm going to attach that to 100 pound fluorocarbon leader line. So I have 50 pound braid on the main line and 100 pound test on the other. But okay, so after that, the weights I would recommend, that's the key because you want to get that line out there further. If you're just fishing in a pond, I would use these. You can get them from Bass Pro. They're 1 ounce egg sinkers. If you're going to fish in the river or anything that has current, I would go with these 4 ounce or higher, these old swivel weights that they basically slide. So I don't know why they slide, to be honest, but I usually use these in the ocean or in the river, and they hold up really, really good. The third thing I would use that's very important is a hook. Right here, these are Eagle Claw laser sharp hooks. These are 3/0. I would recommend anything from a 3/0 to 5/0 because if you use anything smaller, the catfish mouths are so big that they can get down there and you can gut hook them. Or if it's too small, you're not going to be able to get your fingers in their mouth. So I would recommend a nice, strong, sturdy hook that will hold up. And what else should I got over here? Oh yeah, I got these right here. You want to know what these are. These are basically dog nail clippers, and if you can't get the hook out of the fish's mouth, I would recommend cutting the line with it. I know scissors and fingernail clippers work, but this will cut through braided line and monofilament like that. So that is really good to use. I've been using that in the last episodes, and it has gotten me just 1 clip and it's gone. Before that, I was using fingernail clippers and it would slip and the braid would just like spread out and cut. But if you use these dog clippers, it cuts it right away. And the most important thing I would like to recommend is these hot dogs right here. These work pretty good because if you freeze them, they stay on the hook really well and you can throw them out really, really far. And the catfish love them. I caught well over 100 catfish off hot dogs. I mean, they smell. It's that oil stuff that gets on them. And the key thing is to make the bait smell. You can put some WD-40 on, and that's basically fish oil, and that brings out the smell even more. So I would recommend hot dogs. You can also use crayfish, live bluegill, but in my opinion, hot dogs work the best. So that's all for the tackle stuff. I want to show you guys the poles and reels I've been using. So the first one I have right here is this big Eagle Claw right here. You can see it is about 14 foot. It's 2-piece spinning combo. And basically this holds up really, really nice. I have reeled in 30 to 35 pound catfish with it without a problem. So that's the pole. I also got that at Bass Pro Shop. And the reel I have right here is a Cat Max. It's basically meant for catfish. It holds tons of line. It's very, very strong. And it holds mono, but to me the mono does not cast very far with it. And I'm trying to get out to 80 to 100 yards. And I can get it pretty close to that with braided line. So on that, I have about 50 pound braided line attached to a 80 pound fluorocarbon leader so the fish can't see it. My second main catfish pole I've been using, as you guys should already know, because I've been doing a video on it. The reel on it is the new Abu Garcia, I'm pretty sure it's 7000 C3 catfish special I got from Bass Pro Shop. But this one has monofilament on it. It has about 30 pound mono on it. So I mean, they put it on Bass Pro Shop because the reel is over $100. They put mono on, so I was like, yeah, you might as well do it. And this is on my medium heavy action tiger stick rod that I also got from Bass Pro Shop. And to me, I've been using this in the ocean. I bought in about 40-50 pound fish with this. You don't really need a 14-foot pole. This one's only 7 foot, and this allows me to throw it way further out and allows me to handle it better. So that's why I like it. Again, I just want to talk about the spots where you can find catfish and stuff. Rivers, if you want to find the big fish on rivers like the blue cat, channel cat, and shovelhead. If you want to go there, those fish are monstrous. I mean, you might need a boat, but you can also catch them from the dam, which I have before. I know shovelheads like live bait, and I know blue cats and channel cats like dead bait, hot dogs. But if you want to catch a shovelhead, use live bait. Channel, blue cat, they like whatever, cut bait, whatever. And shad, I would use live shad if you can get your hands hold of it. The second spot, you can go to neighborhood ponds. That's where I've been fishing. I feel like that's the easiest because not really a lot of people fish for catfish in neighborhoods. They like to fish for bass and panfish. So in my neighborhood, I rarely see anybody fishing for catfish. So if I'm not down there in the bite, I know the catfish bite is always high because no one's fishing for them. So if I want to go catch a fish, I'll go down there. Within 5 to 10 minutes, I'll have a hookup fish. I think the last 3 days I caught a total of 15 fish. So, I mean, that's pretty good. And I've only been out there an hour a day. So the third thing, I would say the third place I would go if you really want to catch a big catfish, which is kind of in pain, is go to pay lakes. Basically what a pay lake is, you pay $12 for a 12-hour ticket, and you go wherever spot you want in the pay lake. It's stocked with shovelhead and blue catfish, maybe trout and more, but most people try to get the catfish because it's so fun. You go out there for the night, and you want to throw live bluegill, anything that's live, and you'll hook up with a big shovelhead. That's how I caught my personal best shovelhead, which was like 38 pounds or something like that. So, but I don't know, to me that's kind of a pain because there are so many people out there and you have to use this bobber system where it takes forever to set up and stuff, and I'm not really too big of a fan of that because it takes so long, and sometimes the bobber doesn't even float up and it breaks. So to me, I'm the guy that uses this bottom. I put the swivel on, the weight on, and the bait on. So you can't do that at pay lakes because, I mean, you can, but you're going to probably cross people's line and they're going to get mad and it's not worth it. But if I'm at the river or pond, I'm just going to use a hook, a weight, a swivel, and a bait. I'm not going to use those big bobbers to me because I think they're pointless. So those are the 3 spots I would recommend. The time of day you want to go, morning works really nice. You want to get out there before around 8 and 9 a.m. when the sun's not all the way up and there's a little bit shade, because those catfish will sit in the shade because if it gets too hot, they go further out and deeper in the water. If you want to go out in the afternoon between I would say 12 and 3, yeah, it's going to be a little bit hotter, but you're going to have to throw out 40-50 yards because those fish are going to be in the middle of the pond sitting down there. I think yesterday I went around 11 or 12, and I had to cast about 40 to 50 yards because if I was casting 10 and 20 yards, I wasn't getting anything, but 40 to 50 yards looked like where the spot was. And I caught 4 and I lost 1, so I could have had 5, but that was in one spot. So if I would have stayed there for like 3 hours, I would have caught about 20 fish. To me, I mean, 3 hours of catfishing, it's kind of boring because you got to wait and sit. You're not like bass fishing where you keep on reeling it in, but it doesn't matter. At nighttime, I would recommend going at nighttime too. In the summer, that's when it cools down, and I feel like that's when the big catfish come out. But the only time I ever fished at nighttime is at a pay lake and had success. But then there's like 100 people down there, and it's not fun if you don't want to fish. I mean, because I don't want to be around 100 people fishing for catfish because they have about 4 to 5 poles out and they bring out, then usually cross lines and you can't see because it's dark. So I don't know. I still think that's kind of a pain in the pay lake thing. But if I'm by myself or if one of my friends, I can go out to a local lake, a local pond. Yeah, I'm all for that, and we'll just hook up live bait and we'll catch some shovelheads down there. But again, I don't know. I would recommend going. My favorite time to go is in the morning because it's cool. I feel like the catfish are coming out of their holes and stuff, and if you throw that hot dog on there, man, they're gonna love it like that. So again, I just want to say that's all I got for you today. I just want to say thanks again for watching another exciting episode of Hook 'em Bass 92, and comment below and tell me what's your favorite bait to use for catfish. And as always, catch big fish. Have a good day. See ya.